a brand new movie that's hitting theaters this upcoming Friday. The film stars Alan Ritchson as John Miller in 1970s Detroit. And in this movie, he falls for a gangster's girlfriend. The gangster is played by Ben Foster as Reynolds. The girlfriend is Sophia, played by Shailene Woodley. John Miller just proposes to Sophia towards the beginning of the movie, but it looks like that John has been framed by Reynolds in retaliation for John taking his woman. So he gets framed, goes to prison. John is then on a revenge path to kill Reynolds and to get his fiance back. The film is an hour and 43 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max, and we're talking Motor City, which I got a chance to see at this week's AMC Screen Unseen. If unfamiliar with that, excuse me. Basically, you go to the movie, you know the runtime for the movie, but you don't know what the movie is. When you sit down and watch it, you can do those conspiracy theory and have theories on what movie they'll show you. It's usually a movie that's about to hit theaters, and this week it was Motor City, which I did not see a trailer for, but knew with Alan Ritchson, it was probably going to be an action movie, so I was excited to check out Motor City because I do really enjoy Alan Ritchson. I'm a massive supporter of Ben Foster. I think he's one of the most undervalued actors over the last decade plus. He's so good in everything. So I was very excited to check this one out. And this was definitely an unexpected watch because I really have never seen an action movie like this before because this film has literally no dialogue in it whatsoever. There might be characters who have maybe one, maybe two lines each, but this movie is 98% all music, sound, score, soundtrack. There is really minimal dialogue. There's like, I would say 98% of this movie is score, soundtrack, or sounds design. 2% of the movie is actual dialogue, seeing the characters talk and hearing what the characters are saying. That made this for a very interesting watch. This movie is more going for atmosphere, vibes, needle drops. And that's why this movie has a very simple story. But I will say with a movie with, again, no dialogue in it, honestly, at all, I was never bored. I was never confused on what was going on. Now, obviously, they made for a very simple story where it's very easy to follow who's who connects to who you're rooting for, who you're not supposed to be rooting for. But I thought the vibe for this movie gave me a very unique experience that I definitely enjoyed for the majority of the film. It didn't just feel like a stunt to feel different. I was like vibing with what the movie was trying to accomplish, which was more vibes, atmosphere, putting in 1970s Detroit with the music and the soundtrack. When their score, I think the score is actually pretty good in this movie as well. And I actually didn't hate not having to hear the characters talk and talk and talk. Actually made for, honestly, a very enjoyable experience. The cast is also very good here. Alan Ritchson, of course, delivers, especially in the action set pieces. He's one of those guys who sure is very capable of giving some very good monologues and some punchy one-liners, but seeing him quietly go about his business throughout the entire movie actually made him way more intimidating and scary when he has to start killing people left and right. Ben Foster also perfectly plays this villainous character because, again, you don't hear this person talk at all during the movie, but Ben Foster still plays Reynolds with so much charisma, smugness that you want to see Ritchson take him down by the end of the movie. I also thought Shailene Woodley was really good in this movie, putting her in this in-between position where she doesn't really know if she likes John Reynolds. She always feels caught up in either of their businesses, and she definitely feels like the middle person in their dynamic. And I thought she was also very good. Also great to see Lionel Boyce, who plays Marcus on The Bear in this movie. He's also good and has very good chemistry with Ritchson. The action I thought was thoroughly entertaining in this movie, especially there is a elevator scene, I will say, that was absolutely fun to watch. Had me on the edge of my seat. It was easily the best action set piece of the entire movie. Now, sadly, I don't think this movie all the way came together. I think the biggest issue for the movie is the last 20 minutes, which I do think for a lot of people will make them think this is not a good movie. I'm still going to lean slightly positive on Motor City, but because I really did like the first two acts of the movie. But I do think the third act and the epilogue in particular are extremely disappointing. The third act itself is kind of like okay. I thought we would get a lot more of an exciting action sequence, especially with the buildup of this revenge movie. I just didn't feel as emotionally invested in the revenge story as I wanted to. Like, I just didn't feel that energy, especially with the action set pieces they set up for the third act. I just didn't feel as on the edge of my seat as I wanted with this ultimate battle that we're going to get between John and Reynolds. But the big problem is this epilogue. The epilogue for this movie is terrible, and it absolutely pulled me out of the movie because it's the movie sure has its comedic moments, even though there's no dialogue. Like, there's times you want to laugh during a particular action scene on what John is doing to someone. But this was supposed to be I would think, a serious ending to the movie, and my whole theater started laughing. It felt like a bad SNL sketch was what I was watching in this epilogue, and it completely left me really not happy leaving the theater. So I will say this epilogue could honestly kill the entire movie for people. It's really bad, laughably bad, but I still enjoyed myself for the most part. Especially, I really was digging the first two acts of the movie. The third act I thought was pretty average, and then the epilogue was not very good. So that's my thoughts on Motor City, which comes out this weekend in theaters. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm going the lowest I can go for a 3 out of 5 stars, which is a 56%. What are you guys' thoughts on Motor City? Let me know down in the comments. Like this video. Please subscribe to Max Talks Movies, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon.